I see all spiritual teachings as they're really strategies. They're strategies for awakening. Ideally, that's what they are. Otherwise, we think that they are statements of truth or that the teaching itself contains the reality, which it really can't. It's all a pointer, which is one of the wonderful things and important things I learned in Zen. There's that old ancient teaching of not to mistake the finger pointing to the moon for the moon itself. And so the pointing is sort of, in a certain sense, it's a strategy to help awaken. Now, if somebody's struggling and they're really striving and they're really all tied up, then a teaching that tells you there's nothing to do, there's nowhere to go, there's nothing to attain, as it might hit you in a certain way. It might kind of put something between that searching and your own struggle. In other words, it might cause a gap. If it causes a gap in the struggling, then maybe reality comes in. But if we take it just in and of itself, there's nothing to seek, there's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do. It's like, well, that's relatively true. It's close to as a pointer. But some people seem to not have to struggle, others seem to have to struggle. And the problem is if we impose a teaching upon our experience, then the teaching starts to take us away from experience. It takes us away from experience. So I could say, you don't have to struggle. You don't have to strive for a reality. I mean, how could you have to strive for a reality? Because reality, by the very nature of it, would be what really is, as opposed to what we imagine or think to be. And since it is that, we can't approach it, can we? We can't find it because it's not lost. It's the very matrix, of our own existence and in which we exist within. And so that has a certain truth to it, right? But to realize that, sometimes it takes the letting go of the search, and sometimes the search is really useful. I let go, but I let go after years of really ardent searching and struggle, really searching. So my own letting go was actually sort of a spiritual, psychic, emotional, even intellectual exhaustion. So, okay, I let go. But if someone had just come to me and said, don't do all that, could I have heard them? I don't know. Probably not. So I think it's important to see that a lot of these pointers I think they're better taken as potential teaching strategies than statements of absolute truth. Absolute truth, you got to come out and find out what it is for yourself. You can't put it into a statement.